was named GCC All-Freshman. Congratulations to all our award winners. And now, let's meet our lineups. First, wearing the white caps in today's game is the Concordia Irvine Eagles. Let's meet their non-starters. Number 1, Kiara Espuleta. Number 2, Kat Sharon. Number 3, Ali Gaetano. Number 4, Josie Miller. Number 5, Tayuta Uwian Galate. Number 6, Aliana Regier. Number 7, Janie Hobbs. Number 9, Andy Pereira. Number 10, Mariama Moore. Number 12, Paige Henson. Number 14, Cecilia Smith. Number 16, Tamsin Eversard. And number 19, Kylie Van Leeuwen. And for the Eagles starters, in goal, number 1A, Tatiana Kava. Utility, number 8, Kim Rydell. Attacking, number 11, Madison Ravello. Attacking, number 15, Nicole Torme. At 2 meter, number 17, Emily Tucker. At utility, number 18, Whitney Lee. And at utility, number 20, Natalia Stainer. Assistant coaches for CUI are Timon Egberts, Kelsey Strum, Juye Grubasic, Joe Wynn, and Mina Simmons. Head coach of the Eagles is Drayson Berry. And wearing the dark caps in today's game are the Pacific Tigers. Let's meet their non-starters. Number 1B, Isabel Niddle. Number 1B, Megan Acosta. Number 2, Sophia Leonardarin. Number 9, Annika Lilly. Number 7, Aristina Movica. Number 11, June Akpata. Number 14, Hila Futarian. Number 15, Ileana Slavinsky. Number 16, Addison McGowan. Number 18, Erin Caprillion. Number 23, Samira Kopan. And number 24, Lucia Sarimsaki. Excuse me. And for your starters, number 1, Clara Volpisi. Number 3, Tula Falvi. Number 5, Mariana Duarte. Number 6, Brianna Utas. Number 8, Emma Mayal. Number 10, Anna Martinez de Amaral. And number 12, Lucy Davis. Assistant coaches for CUI. Assistant coaches for Pacific are Derek Clappis, Adam Foley. Head coach for the Tigers is James Graham. Officials for Game 2 are Ross Spirito Santo and Brandon Butler. Ladies, 2 minutes.
Game 2 from Riverside, as it is Pacific taking on Concordia University of Irvine. The Tigers of Pacific, the 2 seed in this tournament. Concordia, the 7. Pacific in the black caps, Concordia in the white. First game of the tournament, Sol Oil of Marymount take care of Santa Clara. Pacific 6-1 this year in the conference. Concordia 2-5. Second game of this tournament here on Friday. 2 more coming up in the afternoon session. In goal for both sides. First for Pacific is Clara Volispi, the junior from Montreal, Canada. And for Concordia, Tatiana Cava, the all-conference keeper. .63 degrees as we're getting going here. Decently gusty as well, but certainly not a warm day by Riverside standards this time of the year. Pass stolen away. It was stolen away by Mayal. And lob back to Volpisi. Concordia working left to right, just over 2 minutes into this opening quarter. Scoreless so far. Only 1 shot fired off for either side, and that was the Eagles of Concordia of Irvine. There's a whistle, 10 on the shot clock. So got 8 to shoot. More physical play. 5 to shoot. Wet pass in front. Up for grabs. Lob shot is through. And the Eagles score first. There was Kim Rydell. So Rydell, the sophomore from Mission Viejo, gives Concordia the early lead. They're the underdog, rather, in this matchup. Ejection is called on Concordia. See if Pacific can capitalize on it. Tigers do, and they do it quickly. Mariana Duarte, the Brazilian. And Duarte makes it 1-1. 5:14 to go first quarter. Exclusion there on Duarte, who just scored a moment ago, and now a power play for CUI. Eagles trying to retake the lead. A sloppy pass there goes over the head of Lee. Lee, cross pool. Rydell, still 10 to shoot. Wet pass in front, turnaround shot deflected. Nice defensive play by Udas. And a fresh 30, and Concordia of Irvine still owns possession. It's the preliminary round of the GCC championships. That ball nearly went out of play. UOP possession. Olpisi came all the way out near. And the goal there goes in by Falvey. So Tulavali scores. Pacific quickly gets 2 goals back in a row. And they take their first lead of the afternoon at 2-1. And it's turned over back to Pacific. Very unhappy is Dreesen Barry, the head coach of CUI. Pacific able to get a clean shot off, but it did not go. It was Edison McGowan. Five to shoot for the Eagles. And now a whistle on the far side. And an exclusion on Pacific. So a power play opportunity here. Kind of a tip shot that was deflected by 2 players at once. And Pacific gets it back. They lead it 2-1, 2:38 to go, first quarter. Offensive foul. The ball all the way back down at the far side of the pool. .21 to shoot it. Lob shot, runs high. Ball quickly thrown back in play. And unfortunately another offensive foul. And they tie it up just like that. Ravello. And a timeout, or substitutions I should say, with 2:13 to go, first quarter. So a good start all in all here for Concordia. And the Eagles have a chance here. They're out shooting Pacific 6-3 so far. 2:40 to go, and another shot is through. And that is Rydell, her second of this first quarter. So props to the Eagles here, pretty significant underdogs. But they are coming out and being the aggressor so far in the early going. Three to 2 Concordia. And a yellow card has been given to the coach on Pacific. So both coaches have received a yellow.
Concordia, number 17.
Minute 12 to go, first quarter, and a deflected shot is through. Nice play that time. It was Falvey again.
Goal, Pacific, number 3, Tula Falvey.
Falvey scores for the second time, and we're tied up at 3. Under a minute to go, first quarter. Pretty evenly played opening quarter as well. Offensive foul. Pacific gets it back. 47 seconds to go. And a 30-second timeout taken by Pacific after the exclusion. So it'll be a power play with 47 seconds left in the opening quarter.
So the exclusion on 4 rights a minor? Okay.
Timeout call, Pacific.
30 seconds. Minor.
30-second timeout over with, and a chance for Pacific to round themselves into form on the power play here. Far side, back up to the top. Shot and a score. What a strike.
Pacific, number 10, Martinez Alvarado.
Martinez do Alvarado, the senior from Sao Paulo, Brazil, gives Pacific a lead. It's 4-3. Shot clock is turned off. There's 25 seconds to go first quarter. See what Concordia can do. They've played very well through the opening 7 minutes and change. Final 15 seconds of the quarter right here. Far side, 10 seconds to go, first quarter. Hesitating. 4, 3, 2, lob shot, goes on top of the cage, and that does it for the first quarter. 4-3 Pacific leading over Concordia Irvine. We'll be back for the second quarter, just a second.
At the end of the first quarter, Pacific leads Concordia 4-3. ladder at GCCwaterpolo.com. It's that, rosters, and more only at GCCwaterpolo.com.
About time for the second quarter. 4-3 Pacific on top of Concordia of Irvine. Eagles and the Tigers doing battle. Pacific the 2 seed here in the GCC championships. Concordia Irvine wins the sprint. First quarter stats. Concordia out shooting Pacific 8-5. 3 of the 4 goals for Pacific came on the power play. Each side with a yellow card on both coaches. 7:35 to go until half. Wet pass in front, backhand shot was denied. That was Falvey who tried it. She scored 2 already. Exclusion, heck of a shot. Bounced off the face of the keeper for Concordia. Pacific gets it back. Just about 2 minutes into the second quarter. 7 minutes to go. Period number 2. 4-3 Pacific. 15 to shoot it. Power play is over. Shot stonewalled, but a backhand on the second effort is good. And that was Falvey yet again. So Tula Falvey with a first half hat trick, and she's done it in just a quarter and a minute. She's got 3, and it's 5-3 Tigers. So Falvey will sit down. A line shift for Pacific. Tigers have it yet again. Prowling. Here they go. Zablinski. What a find and another goal. Addison McGowan, the freshman from Texas, finds the back of the cage. And the Tigers have the momentum right now. It leads up to 3, 6-3 the score. It was a dream start for Concordia Irvine, but now the Eagles got to settle back in. Wet pass, and now a whistle. They'll back out. 20 to shoot. 6:10 to go, second period. 6-3 Pacific. Ravello lost it, and it's scooped up by Volpisi. Shot runs high above the top of the cage. Concordia has it back. Exclusion on Pacific. And a timeout taken by Concordia. 5:13 to go, second period. 6-3 Pacific. Timeout over. Concordia has possession. 5:12 to go until halftime. Trailing by 3. Second quarter's been all Pacific so far. Ten to shoot it for the Eagles. Wet pass in front. Denied. What a play defensively. Volpisi doing it to him yet again. Exclusion and an animated call. And Josie Miller was the culprit. 4:15 to go until half. Open lane, shot wasn't taken. Now they'll fire home and it's deflected right at the net. Nearly halfway through second quarter. Frozen rope shot was stonewalled by Cava. They're going left 3. Nine to shoot. An exclusion called on Pacific. It goes on Mile. Shot deflected at the source. Turned off. Like a switch at the faucet. .3:13 to go, second quarter. Concordia yet to score so far in the second. And Pacific gets another one right on cue. Falvey, the world is her oyster. 4 goals in the first half. And it's now 7-3. What was a very competitive and tight first quarter, not so much now. Wet pass. 15 to shoot, 2:45 to go until half. Attacking, slithering around, 4 to shoot, lob shot, no. Old PC yet again. Now Concordia gets it back. Eagles trying to get something going offensively. Been a tough quarter for them so far. Now an exclusion. And that goes on Zablinski. Itano. To Pereira. Itano. 20 to shoot. Still got plenty of time. And they do convert. So Ravello scores for the second time, and Concordia gets a much needed rocket to the back of the net. Back to within 3. Difference in this one so far, converting on power plays. Pacific is 5 of 5. Concordia of Irvine, 0 of 5. Under 2 to go in the second quarter. Exclusion here on Irvine. Can Pacific make it 6 of 6 on the power play? Centered. Now angling over to the far side. Cross pool, too high. They've got 4 on the power play. In front, shot off the crossbar. And for the first time in this one, Pacific unable to convert on the power play. Minute 10 to go until half. Six to shoot it for the Eagles. Got to get something off. As the shot clock expires, and there were 3 Tigers roaming right in front of the net. 2 of them able to knock it down. Yana Udas. And another one. Lucy Davis, a Canadian. And it's 9-4. Or 8-4 rather. Just 35 seconds to go until half. No differential between shot clock and game clock. So Concordia of Irvine see if they are patient or if they choose to attack quickly and give Pacific the last shot. Prying, reading the defense. 13 seconds. Now 10. Back over to the near side angle. Miller. Josie Miller pumping. 2, 1. Shot off the crossbar. And they'll throw it in briefly. That does it for the first half. 8-4 Pacific on top of Concordia of Irvine.
Pacific leads Concordia 8-4. Stats and bracket information for the 2022 GCC Women's Championships. Visit our tournament central at gccwaterpolo.com. Everything you need to know to follow this year's tournament only at gccwaterpolo.com.
Back for the third period. 8-4 Pacific, the 2 seed in the GCC championships here at the Lancers Aquatics Center here on the campus of CBU in Riverside, California. That's what it's all about. Preliminary round matchup here between Concordia and Pacific, and halftime stats as that shot went wide. University of Pacific 14 shots compared to 13 for Irvine. The difference, the power play, where the Tigers were 5 of 6 and Concordia of Irvine 0 of 5 on the power play in that first half. That's going to have to certainly change as the shot clangs off the crossbar. Pass rifled down. Here comes Lilly. And a pass over to the far side, went over the top of the head of McGowan. There's a whistle, and looks like we're going to have a penalty. As that penalty goes on Sharon McCoskey. The penalty shot for Ravello. Got it to go.
Concordia, number 11, Madison Ravello.
So the Eagles try to claw their way back into this. And Ravello with 3 of the 5 goals for Concordia Irvine. The other 2 by Rydell. Eight to 5. Pacific the 2 seed. As we reset the deck. Fresno State the 1 seed. They'll be taking on the home team of this tournament, CBU, at 4 o'clock later on tonight. That tip shot did not go. And a dismissive shake of the head that time by Cava. Anyways, Fresno State the 1 seed, the 8 seed CBU coming up at 8 p.m. It'll be San Diego State and Azusa Pacific coming up at 2 o'clock. In game 3 of 4 today. A skip shot off the side of the post. There are 6 minutes to go in the third quarter. Pacific get a nice second quarter to get out to a comfortable lead, and now holding on to that 4-goal advantage. 5:48 to play in the third. Rifle pass, quick swimming. Jumps up, darts out now, as there was a whistle. It's reset now at the top. What will Lee do? Give it off to Ravello. In front, and was swarmed by a group of Tigers. Pacific now. Good pass in front. Turnaround shot off the crossbar and did not cross. That was Falvey, who already has 4 goals and just missed out on number 5. And I mean just. 4:50 to go, third quarter. Physical play at the top. Certainly there's not been any shortage of physicality between these two. And that shot deflected. Offensive foul. Concordia gets it back. And then Concordia says there's an offensive foul back, so both sides exchange offensive fouls in a matter of about 20 seconds. Here comes Pacific back with it. 4:10 to go in the third. And a timeout by Concordia. 4:01 to go, halfway through the third, in an 8-5 game.
Reminder that action continues tomorrow for the 2022 GCC Women's Water Polo Championship. Our Southwest game gets us started at 10 a.m., followed by our fifth place game at 12 p.m. The semifinals then begin at 2 p.m. with semi number 1 and semi number 2 at 4 p.m.
It's a windy Friday here in Riverside. Preliminary round of the GCC Championships, and Pacific on top of Concordia. 8-5 as it stands right now. Good pass that was unable to be corralled. It was Whitney Lee down in the scrum. Pacific now has it back. And an easy goal that time is scored by Victorian. The Israeli scores, the freshman. And it's 9-5 as we'll have some substitutions coming. And the wind continues to gust. Mariama Moore comes in for Concordia of Irvine. Grab down low and a goal. Mariama Moore, who just checked in. A senior from right here in Riverside, scopes one home. And it's back to a 3-goal advantage for Pacific. Give Concordia a lot of credit. They have not backed away from the battle. .2:45 to go, third quarter. Pacific trying to respond off of that last goal. The whistle before that shot does not count. And Concordia has it again. Under 2 minutes to go, third period. Davis. It's deflected all the way back at. Davis will get it back. Now give way to Martinez Duarmal. Throw the ball off to the side, and official come over here and clarify something with the scorer's table. I believe they're looking at what amount of time should be on the clock here. It is a clock situation. They added some time back on the clock. So 1:50 to go, third quarter. Pacific 9, Concordia 6. Winner moves on to tomorrow's semifinal. And boy, what a treat that'll be. Exclusion on Concordia. Pacific's been deadly on the power play. So far in this one, they're 5 of 6 and make it 6 of 7. What a find that time, as that was Davis to Falvey. Falvey now has 5 goals, and the Tigers' lead is back up to 4. Falvey has been a one-man wrecking crew. Nearly outscoring Concordia by herself. It has accounted for half of the Tiger goals. Exclusion there. Shot deflected. Fresh 30 to shoot. Another shot stonewalled. Nice job, Vulpisi. Wide open to the back of the net. Lob shot is pure. Kopani, the freshman from Budapest. Makes it 11-6. That was a crucial final couple minutes of this third period where Pacific had their lead cut down to 3, but able to get some breathing room right back in the final couple minutes of this third period. Eleven to 6. Concordia trying to get one back in the final 17 seconds of the third. Five seconds. 4, 3. Shot at the horn, deflected away, and that does it. 11 to 6. Concordia trails Pacific. We head to the fourth when we come back. Fourth quarter, final 8 minutes of this one. 11-6, Pacific on top. That's shooting. Concordia of Irvine 21-20 through the first 3. 6 of 7 on the power play is Pacific. 1 of 7 for Concordia Irvine. Coming up after this one at 2 o'clock, so just about an hour away now, San Diego State will take on Azusa Pacific. And then the final game of this preliminary round will be Fresno State, the 1 seed, undefeated in conference play this year, taking on CBU. First game of this tournament earlier this morning, Loyola Marymount defeating Santa Clara.
Pacific, number 14, Hila Futarian.
And Futarian scores her second goal for Pacific. Their lead now up to 6. So how about the freshman from Israel? Strong second half from her. Both goals, and well, he's been all over the place. This Pacific roster, chock full of international talent. Members of the squad from Canada, Brazil, Israel, and Hungary. Off the post on that shot. Loose ball picked up by the Eagles. Minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Pacific has widened their advantage. But Concordia able to get one back right there. Whitney Lee scores for the first time. And it's back to a 5-goal difference. 12-7 with 6:23 to go. That was awfully close to going through. Did not. And here comes Concordia on the counter. What a big possession this is. 12-7 right now. 5:39 and now another whistle. Dumped off to the far side. Is that Uwe Ungalale? I'm not sure. Might be. But a shot picked up off the water does not go. And Pacific has it back. 5:20 and counting to go and holding on to a 5-goal advantage. The 2 seed in this tournament looking pretty strong here in their first game of it. And an offensive foul on Pacific gives it back to Concordia Irvine. Aggressive pass down by Cava. Solution on number 16 of Pacific. That's McGowan. And Concordia Irvine capitalize.
exclusion, Pacific number 11.
Now a timeout taken by Concordia.
Concordia.
Here's Pacific, 2 players down. The ultimate power play. Full timeout, 4:41 to go, and a 12-7 lead for Pacific.
Okay. All right, great. Thank you, guys. You guys have been awesome. Thank you.
So the timeout is over. Pacific gonna have to try to battle through this power play. They're down 2 defenders here. Concordia in a must-score situation. Down by 5. They get 1 back right now. And Concordia has botched this possession. Oh, that one hurts. Really hurts. Concordia, Irvine, now just 1 of 10 on the power play. 10% is not going to allow you to beat many teams, but especially someone to the caliber of Pacific. Pumping in front, shooting, but a whistle before the shot does not count. 3:53 to play in this one. San Diego State and Azusa Pacific waiting up next. So much good water polo action for you here today. Shot, and it finds the back of the cage. Oh, that was Ravello. Her 4th. The attacker from Cypress, California, Los Alamitos High School, who has just been spectacular on the season, does it again. Back to within 4 with 3.5 to play. Pacific really took control of this one from the second quarter on. It was a very close, competitive opening quarter, but a great second quarter, and then maintaining that play through the third and most of this fourth so far. Vitorian. 3:05 to play. In front, and another goal. And guess who? Falvey, 6th of this one. Unbelievable effort from Falvey, as she has scored 6 times overall. And meanwhile, for Concordia, Ravello is now out. She's reached the limit. So Moriyama Moore will come back in, who has scored for Concordia so far. There's 3 minutes to go and a 5-goal advantage for Pacific. Here in the preliminary round of the GCC Championship. Seven of the shot clock. Moore rifles it over to the near side. 2 to shoot. They're going to have to fire him a desperation shot that is poked wide. Nice stop by Pacific. The Tigers absolutely in no rush now. Leading by 5. 2:15 to go, and can sense that the Tigers smell blood in the water. They're using all that shot clock. Very smart play here for Pacific. A well-coached club. James Graham in his 10th year leading the way for the Tigers. Shot over the top of the cage. They quickly throw it back in. Under 2 minutes to go. 13-8 Pacific on top. Tigers second place of the regular season of this conference, 7-1 in GCC play. Thrown in front, shot denied. Another great stand. Volpisi's been great. And now a timeout taken by Pacific, I believe.
That's a full timeout, but we're just going to set up the drill here.
It's a full timeout, but they're not going to use the full timeout. And it looks like we're just going to continue and go. It's more just to create some breathing room, get the ball out of the dangerous part of the pool for Pacific. Minute 27 to go, timeout over with. Volpisi moves it ahead. Martinez to Amaral. The clock's not moving. Now it'll move. And an exclusion on Paige Henson of Concordia Irvine. 70 seconds to play in this one. Pacific up 8. Kind of feel like they're well on their way to winning this one. And another goal on top, just for good measure. It's Zablinski. And to cap off a successful afternoon for the Tigers. Ileana Zablinski. And this game really can be told in the power play. That wasn't a power play goal, but 8 of the 14 goals for Pacific have come from the power play. They're 8 of 9 on the afternoon. And Concordia of Irvine just 2 for 11 on those opportunities. Just didn't get it done when they had numbers, when they had chances to do so. And as an underdog, those are one of the things you got to hit on your checklist if you want to pull off the upset. Final 15 seconds. Pacific doesn't have to shoot it, and I don't think they're going to. Looks like they're pretty content with winding this one out. So Pacific moves on to the semifinals. The 2 seed looks strong, and they take care of Concordia of Irvine 14-8 the final score. The Tigers advance to tomorrow's semifinal round of the GCC Championships. We'll be back for the 2 p.m. game, just about 45 minutes.